There is a person who visits your sleep without ever knocking. You know the one. A face from years ago, a name you have not said aloud in a long time. Tonight, we follow them, gently, the one who keeps returning to your dreams, and we ask, without hurry, what part of you they have been carrying all this while. By the time the stars come out over the field, you may understand why they never quite leave, and why, perhaps, some quiet part of you has never truly wanted them to. So let yourself grow heavy now, not because I ask it, but because the day is finished with you, at last, and you are finished with it. The weight in your shoulders is allowed to come down. The small machine of your thinking, the one that has been running since morning, it can idle now. It can slow. There is nothing left tonight that needs solving. There is only this, and my voice, and the slow descent into where the night keeps its quiet things. Picture, if you will, a rooftop, high above a sleeping city or a sleeping town. It does not matter which. You are lying back on something warm and flat, and above you the whole sky is uncovered. No ceiling, no walls, only the dark, soft and enormous, and the first faint stars beginning to find you. The air is cool against your face, but you are not cold. You are carried, somehow, held up by the building beneath you and the night above, and you let your breath go long and slow, the way breath goes when no one is asking anything of you anymore. And if this stillness is helping you settle, you can quietly subscribe for tomorrow night's journey. No pressure, only an open door, should you wish to walk through it again. Now let us drift on. I have sat with a great many people in rooms much like the one your mind is in right now. Dim, safe, the curtains drawn against the world. And so often, sooner or later, they tell me about a person. Someone who has no business still being there. An old friend who fell away. A love from when they were very young. A parent who is gone now. Someone they parted from in anger, or in silence, or in the ordinary drift of a life that simply moved on without them. And they say to me, almost ashamed of it, they say, why do I keep dreaming of them? It has been years. I do not even think of them when I am awake. So why does my sleep keep handing them back to me, night after night, as if there is something I have forgotten to collect? And I lean back, and I tell them what I will now tell you. The person in your dream is rarely only the person. Let that land softly. There is no rush to understand it. Up here on the roof, with the stars arriving one by one, there is all the time in the world. Feel how the dark above you is not empty at all. It is full. It is crowded, gently, with everything that has ever happened to you, drifting somewhere out there beyond the reach of your daylight eyes. And every so often, the night chooses one of those things, and it gives it a face. A face you know. A face you loved, or feared, or longed for. Because a feeling on its own is too large to hold. So the deep part of you, the wise old part that speaks only in pictures, it does a tender thing. It takes the feeling, and it dresses it in someone you remember. I knew a woman once, many winters ago, who came to me worn thin by a dream. The same man, again and again. A man she had loved when she was 19, and lost, in the way that 19 loses things, carelessly and then forever. She was past 40 now, married, settled, a life she had chosen and did not regret. And still he came, walking toward her across some field in the dark of her sleep, always about to speak, always fading before the words arrived. She was frightened by it. She thought it meant she had made the wrong life. She thought the dream was a door she had failed to walk through, and that her sleeping self was scolding her for it, night after night. And I asked her, very gently, the way I am asking you now, tell me about him. Not what happened. Tell me who he was. And she grew quiet, And then she said, "He was the most alive person I had ever met. He was not afraid of anything. He would say the true thing in a room full of polite people. He made me feel that life was enormous and that I was allowed to want all of it." You see, she did not miss the man. The man was long ago, and likely living some ordinary life of his own, with no idea he was walking across her dreams each night. What she missed was the part of herself she had felt when she was near him. The bold part. The part that wanted enormous things and was not ashamed of the wanting. She had folded that part away, carefully, the way you fold away a coat too bright to wear to work. And the dream was not asking her to find the man at all. The dream was asking her to find the coat. Breathe with that. Slowly. The stars are thicker now, aren't they? You did not notice them gathering, but the whole sky has filled while we spoke, and the dark has gone from gray to deep, deep blue, and you are sinking just slightly further into the warmth beneath you. Carried. Held. So consider, without straining toward it, the one who comes to you, the face that returns, and ask yourself, lightly, as you might ask a question of the sky, what did I feel when I was with them? Not what we did, not how it ended, but who was I in their presence? Were you braver then, softer, more seen, more free? Was there a version of you that lived only when they were watching and went quiet again when they left? Because here is the thing the night keeps trying to tell you. That version of you did not die when they walked away. It cannot. It is yours. It has always been yours. It only went looking for somewhere to live, and finding no room in your waking life. It went and stood at the edge of your dreams, wearing the face of the last person who ever made it welcome. The person from your past is a messenger, and the message has your own handwriting on it. I want to tell you about another one who came to me, because I think you will feel this one in your chest. A man, perhaps 50, hard and capable, the sort who has built things and led men and never once asked for help in his life. He dreamed of his brother, a younger brother, dead now many years, taken too soon, in the way that leaves no chance for the last conversation. And in the dream the brother was always laughing, always light, always teasing him the way younger brothers do, pulling at his sleeve, telling him to come out and play, to stop being so serious, to leave the heavy thing he was always carrying and just come. And the man would wake with his face wet and not understand why, because he was not, he insisted, a man who wept. We sat together a long while over that brother, and slowly it came clear, the way the truth comes clear, sideways and gentle. The brother in the dream was not entirely the brother who had lived. He had become something more. He had become everything the man had buried in himself in order to survive his own life. The lightness, the play, the permission to set the weight down. The man had decided, somewhere very young, that to be lovable he must be useful, and to be useful he must be heavy. And so he had taken everything in himself that was light and free, and he had put it away in the dark. And his sleeping mind, missing it, grieving it, had given it the only face that fit, the laughing brother, forever calling him out to play. Do you feel how merciful that is? The deep self does not lecture. It does not hand you a list of what you have abandoned in yourself. It is far kinder than that. It builds you a person out of memory and longing, and it lets you love them, so that through loving them you might find your slow way back to what they carry. The clouds are coming down now. Did you notice? High and silver, lit faintly from somewhere, they have begun to lower toward you, drifting, gliding across the field of stars, soft as breath. You are not afraid of them. You let them come. They sway and they part, and they fold over one another, unhurried, the way thoughts go when you stop holding them in their rows. Let your own thinking do the same. Let it drift apart. Let it come down soft. And as the clouds descend, let me say the gentle thing about why these figures linger so long. Why a person you have not seen in 20 years can feel more present at 3 in the morning than the people sleeping in your own house. It is because nothing inside you is ever truly finished. The day finishes things. The day says, that is over. We have moved on. There is work to do. But the night keeps no such schedule. The night holds every unfinished feeling exactly as it was, perfectly preserved, waiting. And a person from your past, they are often the keeper of something unfinished. A word you never said. A grief you never let yourself feel all the way through. A love you turned away from because the timing was cruel, or because you were too frightened, or too young, or too proud. The feeling did not go anywhere. It only waited. And it wears their face because their face is where you left it. So you are not being haunted. I want you to hear that. Up here, under the descending clouds. You are not being punished, or warned, or scolded by your dreams. You are being visited, tenderly, by a part of your own story that is still asking to be lived all the way to its end. There is something you can do with a visitor, you know. Something soft. Not tonight. Not now. For now there is only rest. But sometime, in the quiet of a waking morning, you might try simply letting them speak. Closing your eyes and calling the figure up, not in sleep, but in that warm half-light just behind your lids, and letting them become as real as memory allows. And then asking them, gently, what do you want? Why do you come? What are you holding for me that I set down too soon? And then, the hardest and most beautiful part, being quiet enough to let them answer. Not the answer you would script, the one that surprises you, the one that arrives in their voice and not your own. People are often astonished by what the figure says when they finally stop talking and let it speak, as if some wiser tenant has been living in the spare room all along, waiting patiently for someone to knock. But that is for the daylight. Here, now, there is nothing to do but drift and let the clouds settle their cool silver weight over the field of you. I think of a young man, very serious, very troubled in his sleep, who could not stop dreaming of a girl he had known as a child. Not a love exactly, a neighbor, a playmate from before he had words for any of it. And he was tormented, because what could it mean, that a grown man should dream so often of a little girl he had not thought of in 30 years? He was certain it meant something was wrong with him. And I asked him only this, what was she like? And his whole face changed, the hardness went out of it, and he said, she was wonder. She would stop dead in the road because a beetle was crossing it. She thought everything was astonishing. She could spend an hour looking at the underside of a leaf. And I said to him, and where is your wonder now? And he had no answer, because he had traded it, years and years ago, for seriousness, for getting on, for being a man the world took seriously. And his soul, refusing to let it die entirely, had hidden his lost wonder inside the only person who had ever shown him what wonder looked like. A small girl, astonished by a beetle, walking again and again through his dreams to remind him that she was still in there, that she was his, that he could have her back any time he was willing to stop dead in the road. You may find, if you sit with your own returning figure, that they are carrying something just like that for you. Some quality you handed away in the long bargain of growing up. Your softness, maybe. Your daring. Your appetite for life. Your tenderness. Your stillness. Your refusal to settle. We give these things away one at a time. So slowly we never notice the giving. and one day we wake and feel a strange hollow where they used to be. And that very night, the messenger comes, wearing the face of whoever last held that quality for us, asking us, in the only language the deep mind speaks, to come and take it back. Feel how far down you have drifted now. The roof is far below. Or perhaps the roof became the field, the way places do in the borderlands of sleep, and now you are lying not on a building at all but in long grass, high in some meadow at the top of the world, the city gone, the noise gone, and only the field and the lowering clouds and the bottomless sky. The grass sways around you. It does not hurry. The clouds have come so low you could almost reach them, and they glide overhead in slow silver rivers, and beyond them, between them, the stars keep their old and patient watch. There is a practice some of my patients took to, over the years, and I offer it to you the way you might offer a blanket to someone already half asleep. By the bed, a notebook, and in the morning, before the day comes in and scatters everything, before your feet even touch the floor, you write down whoever walked through your night. Not to analyze them, not to solve them, only to greet them, to say, I saw you. You came again. I am beginning to listen. Something happens when a dream is written down. It stops being smoke. It becomes a thread. And night after night, the threads begin to gather. And one morning you look back through the pages and you see it, the same figure, the same longing, drawn in your own tired early handwriting, and you understand, all at once and without anyone explaining it, what your sleep has been so patiently trying to give you. But that, too, is for the morning. There is no notebook here. There is no morning here. There is only the field and the grass swaying, and your breath going long, and the figure. Look, the figure is here. You feel them before you see them, the way you always do. Somewhere at the edge of the meadow, in the soft dark between the grass and the stars, the one who keeps coming to you is here again. And for the first time, you are not startled. You are not grasping after them, the way you grasp in dreams, reaching to keep them before they fade. You simply let them be there, at the edge of the field, under the slow clouds, as real and as gentle as the night itself. And you understand, now, without needing the words for it, that they were never really the point. They were the kindness. They were the soft shape your own depths chose, so that you could bear to look at what you had been missing. They were the face your longing wore so that the longing would not frighten you. And whatever they are carrying for you, whatever bright folded thing you set down too long ago, it is still warm. It has been kept warm all this time, out here at the edge of the field, by someone who loved you enough to hold it until you were ready. You do not have to take it back tonight. That is not what tonight is for. Tonight you only have to see them, and let them see you, and let the old ache in the seeing turn, slowly, into something more like tenderness. The grief that they are gone, softening into gratitude that they came at all, that they showed you, even briefly, who you were allowed to be. That part of you is not lost. It is here. It has always been here, walking your dreams in borrowed clothes, waiting with the patience of the dead and the patience of the deep for the night you would finally stop running and lie back in the high grass and let them come. The clouds are settling now, lower and lower, soft as wool, until the field and the sky begin to blur their edges, until you cannot quite tell where the grass ends and the cloud begins, where the figure stands and where you are lying, where the dream is yours and where it is the night's. It is all becoming one quiet thing, one slow, breathing, silver thing, and you are folded into the middle of it, carried, held, drifting. And the person at the edge of the field does not leave. They do not fade the way they always fade. They simply stay, watching over the grass, watching over you. Part of the field now, part of the dark, part of you, which is where they came from, and where they have been trying, all this while, so gently, to return. Let the stars blur. Let them run together into one soft wash of light. There is nothing more to understand. There was never anything to understand. Only someone to welcome home. The grass sways. The clouds drift down. The figure stays. And you are carried now, further than words can follow, past the edge of the field, past the last of the stars. Drifting. The soft dark closing over, gentle, slow. Someone is here, someone has always been here. And the field, and the sway of it, and the quiet. Just this. Rest now. Drift wherever the night is taking you. And if these journeys are carrying you somewhere kinder, leave a gentle like before you go, and if you would, whisper one of your own dreams down in the comments, the face that keeps returning to you, so I might walk with it on another night. And subscribe, softly, for the next descent into the dark. No pressure, only an open door. Sleep well. They are still here. They always were.